Yo, check it. Hey fam, what up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, SPY, NVIDIA, Bitcoin, and much, much more. This is your stock and crypto prediction for the day and the rest of this week. Let's go ahead and waste no more time and hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go.
Fam, it's your boy, DataZero, coming to you from inside of Hurricane Milton, bro. Things are getting wild. If you go ahead and check out the news, weather sites, and live streams, storage servers coming in, waves are getting crazy, things are getting windy. I don't know if you guys can hear it outside. It's starting to get wild. I was on a live stream earlier. Things were getting crazy. Absolute madness, but we're still here trying to bring you the content, the news, and information for stocks and crypto. So we're gonna hop in and show you guys what's going on. Just wanted to talk about that briefly, but let's go ahead and just dive in right now. And I appreciate all the love and concern that everybody is giving me. So I want to hop in with GME and talk about the possibility of GME coming to the downside. I want to talk about this and let everybody know that this is a possibility and what we might see. This is just based off the fractal. I know some people don't believe in the fractal, whatever the case may be. That's not for me to determine. You guys can determine what you believe based off of the video and the details inside of it. So what we have here is the fractal for the entire price action of GME, and I've been talking about this and diving in this for the last couple of days in my live streams and videos, letting you guys know that there is a potentiality that the GME Algo is actually on repeat. We are literally seeing the exact same price action from 2020 all the way into 2024 into now 2023, 2024. We're literally seeing all of that repeat. Right here is the fractal, and this is the whole entire fractal from the falling wedge that led to this big 400 or 600% move to the upside for GME stock. So we had this falling wedge, we had this breakout, we retested it right here, and then bounced to the upside, getting this huge move to the upside that we all know and remember. Absolutely crushed it in the Discord, paying 1150 calls and 750 calls, killing it to the upside. Good job, DataZero fam, but that's neither here nor there. So we got that big move to the upside. As you guys can see, it looks like the price action is playing out. So I'm going to go ahead and just move this fractal and show you guys how similar the price action is we're seeing right now and what we could expect based off of this if this does continue to play out. Now, I'm not saying it's 100% going to play out, but looks like it has been trailing so far for this entire period of time. And if you go ahead and overlay the fractal, it is very, very eerily similar. It's with those big spikes to the upside, the rallies that we've seen and everything. And it does seem like the fractal is tracking. So if that is the case, we are actually going to see GME make a move to the downside and make this double bottom formation. We're actually going to see a big move down and see a double bottom formation where GME will then pop to the upside and retest the upper side of this wedge. You can see that we're already making the same type of falling wedge, and this could lead to a move to the downside and then another move to the upside for GME stock. Now, if short interest increases, and I talked about a theory on how that actually the shorts could really get out of their short positions by doing several controlled short squeezes instead of one big short squeeze. So you have one here, then you drag it out, drag it out, drag it out. You have one here, and while the whole time you're dragging it out, you get as many people to sell as possible by making the price action depression, make it very depressive, make it very abysmal, overall downtrend, but you don't see this bigger falling wedge. Falling wedge leads to a breakout, then you have another squeeze. Well, what if they're doing this over and over and over again, trying to get out of these short positions? Now, we know for a fact that we did see some shorts cover in this rally here, in this rally here. Andrew Left publicly stated that he won't be shorting GME stock anymore right before he got caught and got federal charges, and that was all brought to light by the CAT system. But that's neither here nor there. I reported on that, but you can see that we know for a fact that short positions covered here, not all of them, but some of them, and some of them covered here. So what do they appear to be doing? They do appear to be covering in increments with these smaller short squeezes. Now we can see that short interest is slowly creeping back up for the meme stocks as they are trying to drive them down, which would be part of the process of continually playing out these smaller squeezes. So you can see that right now short interest is increasing for GameStop 9.34%, and short interest is increasing for AMC, which is 17%. Short interest increasing is good. That means that there's lots of shorts, which could lead to a short squeeze. But if they are trying to play this out by shaking as many people out as possible and then just playing out these fractals over and over and over again, we have to be aware of this so we can utilize this to make as much money as possible. Now, we did have Roaring Kitty tweet here and Roaring Kitty tweet here. Some people don't like my opinion on him, but he appears to have some type of insider information, in my personal opinion. He literally tweeted here while short started the cover and literally tweeted here and got it all hyped when short started the cover. I wouldn't be surprised if we see GME drag down into this falling wedge and then make another move to the upside, and then Roaring Kitty comes out of nowhere and makes another tweet. I really wouldn't be surprised, and that would actually confirm this whole entire theory. Now, again, getting back to what we could potentially expect for GME in the short term, if this is the case, we're going to see a move to the downside towards 1750 or 1650, and that would kind of confirm that we are seeing this play out, especially if we see that double bottom formation, which is shown here and shown right here. If we were to see that potential move. So I'm expecting GME to actually come down, and that would actually have AMC come down as well, which I'll talk about in the AMC segment. But we could expect lower prices before another big move to the upside. Last time was a 600% move for GME and a 400% move for AMC. Now, if things were to manage or get out of control during one of these squeeze events, I could easily see where things could keep going. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but this is just a theory at this point that we're seeing short squeezes. And then they're trying to drag it down, and then we see another short squeeze, and we definitely seen shorts cover. Again, I'm going along with this as the price action plays out, as I'm learning things, and we've seen shorts cover here, we've seen shorts cover here. What if we see price drag down with this fractal and we see another move to the upside, and then we see shorts cover again, and they're trying to cover with smaller short squeezes, controlled event, instead of one large short squeeze. So again, this is something you want to be aware of if you're holding these stocks. That way you can take advantage of the next time we have a big move to the upside and buy these lows. So just the theory at this point. Let's see if it does come to validity. If we see GME drop down, if we see AMC drop down, then it's probably saying that this is what's happening. If we continue to follow this falling wedge, if the fractal continues to just keep tracking like it is, that's confirming this theory. So I want to see if this continues to track. Make sure you like and subscribe. That way you guys can track it here with me. I go live all the time, pretty much every day, at least for an hour or two a day. But I'm going to try to start streaming market open and market close. But things been a little bit crazy with the hurricane and some personal family stuff. But again, I go live all the time, track this stuff so you can follow it day by day with me and follow my research and due diligence. So I think that we could see GME make a move to the downside towards 1750, 1650 before also, again, making a double bottom, and then it would be a further downtrend before making another move to the upside. So as far as the technicals are concerned and what I can see right now for GME, it looks like GME is trying to hold this key level of 2044 as support, and if we can hold that level, then we can move towards 2090 and move back to the upside. But I want to see that level of 2044 held as support. If we lose that level, we're going to come down towards $20, and that would start confirming that this fractal is indeed playing out, and we're seeing that falling wedge pattern play out, which would lead to a breakout later down the road. Now, again, that's just a theory based off the technicals and everything. It looks like GME is actually going to be able to hold this level and move back to the upside. It looks like we're going to be able to hold this key level. You can see that the MACD is curling up. RSI is extremely oversold. It looks like we're going to be able to hold this key level and actually move back up here for GME. So we're going to see if we can see this hold and then start to move back to the upside based off the technicals and charts, what I'm seeing here right now. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. In order for that to happen, we'd have to hold 2044. And that way we can move back towards 2090. So that's what I'm looking at for GME. Let's go ahead and move into AMC and show you guys what's going on for AMC. Want to get this video done before the power cuts out or anything crazy. So AMC had a drop to the downside. AMC's been getting absolutely pummeled. That's why short interest is increasing. We're seeing cost to borrow start to slowly move up, which is showing that AMC could potentially get a bottom. I've also showed several signs where AMC has on the daily time frame, when RSI gets this low, had rallies. You can see that happened here. You can see that happened, and I could just rewind history. You can see that happened here. We've had these big rallies to the upside when RSI starts to get oversold on the daily time frame, and these are 100% moves. You can see RSI oversold on the daily time frame here, oversold daily time frame here. From top to bottom, when that RSI hits that oversold level, you can see that we have these big 100% rallies. Here's 190%. Even before the big move to the upside, RSI was oversold on the daily time frame. So again, if you see price getting this low, do not get discouraged. Price being low or where it's at is not an indicator of if this thing could squeeze or not squeeze. Things like short interest, cost to borrow, liquidity, those are all indicators if this thing could squeeze or not squeeze. How big the float is, how locked up the float is, those are the things that indicate if it could short squeeze. Now, I just want to say, for an example, Volkswagen has squeezed when you've seen it move to the upside and then have a big drop down, and then it absolutely took off. AMC just had a recent move to the upside. Now it's dropping down. What if we see another takeoff to the upside? Again, price going low is not an indicator of if this thing's going to take off. In fact, before a short squeeze or a rally, you would expect to see price go down low and drop down before it popped to the upside. So I don't think AMC necessarily is going to lose $4. If GameStop lost $20, then I would think AMC is going to lose $4. But based off everything I'm seeing right here, it looks like AMC is going to actually hold $4. It could go lower. And if it does go lower and lose $4, I have a price target of $3.80 and $3.50. Those are my two price targets. If we lose $4, I'd expect to come down to retest those ranges. It looks like we're going to try to hold $4 though, and then possibly get a move back to the upside. In order to see that happen, I need to see AMC get back above the 420 level. So that's the level we want to see AMC get back above to confirm that we are indeed bottoming and potentially pushing back to the upside. We have multiple gap fills here on the smaller time frames that will need to get filled. So AMC will be returning back to the upside in my personal opinion. And I think that we're actually going to see a recovery based off the technicals. If GME started to follow the fractal and lost $20, I would expect to lose $4 here on AMC stock. Based off everything I'm seeing here right now, though, we are extremely oversold. You can see daily time frame RSI oversold, and we have a unique setup right now because weekly MACD is green, monthly MACD is green. With the RSI being this low, actually this stock could do something crazy, especially if we see volume come in. You can see the bands are tightening up, volatility is building. This is all in the bigger time frames. Again, when in doubt, you need to zoom out and really look at what's happening. Bullish momentum is building, and we have still not lost $4. So if we hold $4, you'll probably see a spring back to the upside, and AMC will start to run, and everybody's going to be like, what happened? Some people are going to start selling because price goes lower and lower and lower, and then they're going to be mad that they sold because it starts rallying back to the upside in a fast manner. Again, when RSI gets this oversold, this is where smart buyers are really stepping in, especially on these bigger time frames, on the daily time frame. Again, we're outside of the bands here on the weekly time frame. We're going to bounce back inside the bands. Big gap on the weekly time frame right here. You can see that massive gap on the weekly time frame. These gaps will get filled. Okay, so AMC will recover. It's going to spring back to the upside, and when it does start running, it's going to start running in a decent manner, having a rally, and it's going to be fast. Now, the key is holding $4, and that's what I want to see. If we get above 420, that would be confirmation that we're potentially bottoming. Everything I'm looking at right now looks like we're going to hold $4, but if we don't, expect $3.80 and $3.50. That's what I'm looking for AMC. Let's go ahead and move into the general market. General market, okay? I'm going to be short, sweet, and to the point for this because I don't want the power to cut out. All right, so right now, SPY has hit a new all-time high, which I did expect because NASDAQ's tracking with my overall macro prediction here. NASDAQ has a gap fill to the upside. I told you when NASDAQ goes up, it's going to take SPY with it. It's going to take SPY to a new all-time high, and that is what we've seen today as NASDAQ starts to push towards that gap fill, okay? I think this gap's going to get filled before the market makes any attempt to pull back or come down, okay? So that's why I think this gap is getting filled right now and why we're seeing this move to the upside. I think the market is attempting to fill this gap, and then we're going to see this continue to play out where we see it start to flatten out, and then we will see a pullback. But I told you guys before we see any pullback, SPY will make a new all-time high, and that is what we're seeing. SPY has made that new all-time high, and I think SPY could actually continue, believe it or not, to the upside, okay? Because NASDAQ going higher is going to take SPY with it. Again, if you want to know what's going on with SPY, watch NASDAQ because NASDAQ has been what's creating and leading this rally. It's very important to watch NASDAQ. In order to break down NASDAQ, you can look at stocks like Apple and NVIDIA, okay? NVIDIA is breaking out of this overall accumulation range. You can see that accumulation range here with this pennant shape. I told you that NVIDIA would hit at the least. I told you the lowest price target would be this 133, like 133.05 level is what I talked about, this gold line right here. Let me go ahead and see exactly what it is. 133.79. I told you that'd be the minimum price target. You can see that we have major resistance here. NVIDIA already started to pull back, but I told you NVIDIA could go as high as 144.04, okay, based off of this overall accumulation range and breakout. Now, we are seeing resistance here for NVIDIA. That's going to take the market with it, but if NVIDIA continues to go higher, which it easily could, going to that second price target of 144.04, it is going to take NASDAQ in the market with it, and you can see that Apple is also pushing up as well, which is helping the market climb higher. So this is why SPY is climbing higher, why NASDAQ's climbing higher, and I think that they're going to go and fill that gap and then top out. Again, the market is still extremely frothy. If you look at the stocks leading the rallies like NVIDIA and stuff like that, weekly RSI, you can see that it's getting to that overbought territory, kind of has this bearish divergence, price trending up while RSI trending down. You can also see on the monthly time frame, RSI is just extremely overbought. Okay, so this thing will top out. I know people think it's just going to keep going to the moon. It will top out and then it's going to pull back, and you are going to see the market come with it. So that's what I'm looking at for the overall stock and stock market. I think SPY could continue higher. You want to see SPY hold the key levels of 575. Support for SPY right now, immediate support is going to be at 576.55, 576.55. If you can hold that level, you're going to continue to the upside. Resistance for SPY is going to be the levels of 577.71. Let's go ahead and hop into BTC and show you what's going on for BTC and then wrap up this video. So I think Bitcoin is still following the prediction. It might make a pullback a little bit sooner than I expected before pushing up and testing this upper range and come down towards 50K, but it's still in the overall bull flag. And I still think we are in accumulation range before seeing another move to the upside, in my personal opinion. I think BTC will continue to the upside after fulfilling this bull flag. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the daily outlook and prediction. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. I appreciate it if you watch the end, because so few people watch the end. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. I appreciate y'all if y'all watch the end. So few people watch the end. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace.